Tell us who you are. Tell us why some people be excited about to be grand opening of the movement.
Good morning, everybody. I am Central American Chapter President. My name is Aisha Robertson, third year in. And so you guys should totally be excited because this is a great opportunity for you to find internships, careers, mingle. So make sure you are networking with everybody, exchange information. Make sure it's not a transaction, it's actually relationship building. Got it? Are you guys excited? Are you excited?
He's going to tell us who he is and what he's trying to get done. 30 seconds. Who else wants to come up?
Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? My name is Devontae Brown from Buckland University, marketing major. I wish y'all all could get jobs today. Hey, if they say no, all you need is one yes today. That's all you need is one yes.
Anybody else want to share their story while you're here? Are you trying to get a job? Come! Unacceptable. Come here. I know you got a story. This is my niece. This is my niece, y'all. Tell us who you are and why should people come.
My name is Michelle. My name is Michelle, and people should come to live their dreams and to achieve everything that they have worked hard for.
Yeah! Thank you.
With the National Black NBA Association. Our mission is to lead in the creation of educational, wealth building, and growth opportunities for Blacks. And this, our 45th annual conference and career fair in the city of brotherly love is the essence of that mission. And so I welcome you to the land of opportunity.
Yes!
As we stand on the cusp of this significant event, it's not just about the ribbon that we cut, but the myriad of opportunities and connections that we are about to forge. The legacy of the National Black MBA Association has always been about opening doors, fostering growth, and nurturing dreams. As we step into this year's exposition, let's carry the legacy forward, making the most of every interaction, every session, and every handshake. Together, we shape the future of business and leadership. So let's make this count. I would now like to ask all the program participants to join me on stage to officially open the Career Expo.
Hello, we are right here at the National Black MBA Association National Caucus. They just had a ribbon cutting, opening up the Career Expo. Now let me just explain to you what this means. This organization has been around since 1970, 53 years of amazing activations. And what I love about this organization is we're not just about career fair. It is absolutely about a career fair, but you have 42 chapters around the country focused on economic and intellectual empowerment. The session that we had yesterday at our Leadership Institute, the subject was culture eats strategy for breakfast. That's right, culture. So we're also about changing culture, not just for diversity, equity, and inclusion, even though that is very important. But if you're changing your organization's culture for higher performance, for better employee engagement for everyone, then it also creates the foundation for truly creating a culture where everyone can thrive. These are the principles that this organization was founded on back in 1970. Yeah, so we're still having the same conversations, people. And what I'm excited about is we are launching a series that is absolutely focused on just those organizations and individuals that want to be a part of real change, truly strategic change, changes that change your culture, that transform the landscape for not only the next generation, but right now for immediate results. That's about improving your bottom line, increasing performance, specifics around conflict management, relationship management, all the things. We call it the Better Together Empowerment Series and the Living Powerfully Experience. And it's an experience. It's about changing the status quo through 4 things: positive psychology, the neuroscience of the brain, cognitive psychology, cognitive behavioral psychology, and then performance science. So there's a book called Positive Intelligence. So we're doing living powerfully, creating a living powerful experience through positive intelligence. And this is really about you driving change. Thank you. So much more to come. If you think about why we're doing this work, it's because of you. It's because if you're ready for the next step, we got you. Thank you. This is Dr. Alexander. We're live right here.
We're going up a down escalator. And in going up a down escalator, the only way you can get to the top is that you've got to keep those legs moving. And those legs have to be moving faster than the downward force trying to send you back to where we come from. God bless you. Good luck to you.
Good luck. All right, more to go. Let's go.
I'm Stephanie Moore. I serve on the Dallas Fort Worth chapter as VP of Marketing.
VP of Marketing, y'all. So why should people come to the Black MBA conference? Why should they come?
That's a great question. People should come because you can connect with peers who look like you, mentors who look like you, and other professionals that look like you. And I think that's one of the main reasons to come, to build your tribe. Build your tribe.
Build your tribe, baby.
We've had to figure out, how do we create conversation? How do we create community and engagement today in this new world, right? And this National Black Convention is a great way to do that, right? It's still very traditional, right? We're standing here face to face, we're talking. But how do we create this kind of inclusion, this kind of opportunity in a more dispersed and digital way, right? And that's the big challenge that we have. So you say, where are all our people? We've got 4 staff members or 8 staff members. We've got a whole bunch of physical face-to-face students. But the reality is that over 90% of our students are almost never physically with us. They're in an online program. They come for orientation. Almost 90%.
Wow.
Director, inaugural holder of the Toni Morrison Endowed Chair in Arts and Humanities, and the Dean of the Chadwick Boseman College of Fine Arts at Howard University. Please welcome Alicia Brasher.
Back in the day, you could look up at the night sky and see all the stars. You could, in the city of Houston. You can't see but 3 now, because it's a light. Back in the day, I grew up in one of several African communities in Houston, Texas, 3rd Ward area. All right. Yeah.
So what advice would you offer for folks who are looking to be leaders in the future, for folks who are thinking forward at this point?
Make your work service. Truthfully, when I understood my work to be service, that's when my career changed. When it became service. Service to the play, service to the playwright, service to the other performers, the designers, the crew, but most of all to the audience. When I offered my work as service, that's when my career began to change.
So if I am a student sitting under your training and leadership, what lessons am I learning from you and from your team? What are you teaching that next generation of talent?
I'm insisting that they lean forward. Lean into the craft. Don't worry about being seen. You know, this generation comes through in time with social media.
Yes.
And everything is on display. Everything is on. And somehow they, you know, coming back after COVID, this is what they were longing to do, was to be seen. And I want them to be seen, but I wanted them to be seen in the best light. And in order for that to happen, you gotta lean into the craft. You gotta do the work. You gotta understand what that work is and really commit. One of the first things I learned in my freshman year at Howard University, in the College of Fine Arts, in the Department of Drama, was there were a lot of parties and football games I was not going to go to. Because I would be in that theater, building a set, sewing costumes, moving a set, or rehearsing. And people who weren't in that discipline didn't quite understand it all the time. The arts are very demanding. Artistic discipline is like, I mean, when you really get into it and give yourself to it, it's like being in the military, but with love. That's
Yeah, most people don't see the work that happens behind the scenes. They see the final output.
right. But that's okay, as long as it touches,
That's right.
as long as it speaks. That's all.
That's right.
But we have to know.
Of course.
The artists need to know. And right now, I'm of the mind that educating people. So I'm beginning to ask fellow artists and arts instructors to really speak of what we do in another light. I'm asking them to acknowledge the academic disciplines that are inherent in the arts. Because most times, people just think we just get up in the morning and do what we do. And nothing can be part of it.
What advice do you have? How can us as future leaders tap into that creative side to be better leaders in the future? What advice do you have for us?
Creative energy exists in all of us. It just does. If you think about yourselves, all the way back to when you were like this, as soon as you could stand, you were dancing. Before you could read a word, you were drawing a picture. And as infants, you sang. Babies do that. Creativity is fundamental to human growth and development. It is not foreign to any of us. Now, how do we direct it? That's the key. Do you want to do the same thing the same way, the formula that everybody uses? Or do you want to take that formula and distill it? And distill it into your own passion, your own direction. How can you direct your energies to the creation of equity among people and still profit and still be successful? How can you direct your energies towards teaching the next generation? There'll be much for them to learn and so many distractions for them to do. This room is filled with important people. Each and every one of you. There is enough power in this room to uplift the whole world. Yeah. Yeah. You can do that. Will you uplift the world by doing the same thing the same way that it was done all the time? Or will you strike a chord with yourself and enter into an agreement to ask yourselves, how creative can I be? It's up to you.
That's absolutely amazing and terrific advice. Absolutely. Well, it has been an honor and a privilege and a goal of mine that I just achieved to sit here and have this conversation with Ms. Rashad. Please join me in giving Felicia Rashad an amazing round of applause.
Finish. Not a commemoration, but a continuation. What do you think about that? Tell me what that theme means to you when you hear it. First, introduce yourself, Tell us who you are, and then tell us what that theme means to you.
Okay, my name is Lincoln Wilmore, under Fast Fathers and Sons Together, and what it means to me is that we came such a far ways, and we came such a long ways, but I think that honestly means that there's still work that needs to be done, and that there's still work in this community that we still have to work on, so yeah.
I love it. This is the definition of continuing the dream, y'all. That's what this is all about. I'm just so happy to have our youth here. Beautiful lady, tell us who you are. What's your name? And then tell us, what does that theme mean to you? Dream Unfinished.
Okay, my name is Amani Tompkins, and that's...
Speak as loud as you can, like your outside voice.
My name is Amani Tompkins.
We'll be looking for that. Okay.
My name is Amani Tompkins, and that theme is really important to me, mainly because, like Lincoln said, we have definitely come a long way. There has been so many changes, especially in our government too. Like, we have a Black vice president, we had a Black president, we've had so many Black artists being put in the forefront. Like, we are finally getting some of the recognition that we deserve and that we need. Notice on the sum, there is still so much work that needs to be done, and we are still continuing to fight and to push the narrative that Black is excellence, and we're trying to get that in front of everyone, get in front of the world, get in front of our own communities, that Black is exceptional, and that we need to show that. And so the work is not done. I don't think it will be done, but I feel like the more we keep pushing, we will just get an inch closer and closer as time goes on.
I love it.
I think that overall we've seen in history that when we unify and come together, that we can make major change. From my perspective, especially in my school, I go to Lakeside, which is kind of a smallish private school, and honestly, there's not really a lot of us, particularly like there's not really a lot of Black students in there, and so often when we try to like make change within the school, it can feel like really daunting and really scary. But then that's the reason why I love BSU so much, because it's us coming together and being able to make that change together, which makes me feel so much more comfortable in speaking out. And I believe that same principle applies to the community, and it applies to everywhere, that when we unify together, we can make major change.
I believe that's better that we do this work together, because yes, one person could try to start something, but it's very important that everyone tries to move forward with something. Like, a village can make change. One person can do a lot, but when you have multiple people with one purpose and that are driven to make change, that just creates a wave, and it's so much more powerful to make change, and it makes it a bit easier. And as Lincoln said, in VSU, like when we work together on, for example, MLK presentations, it just makes it so much more powerful to see a group of people speaking about something that's important to them.
There's two things. Dream Unfinished, not a commemoration, but a continuation. And then there's also this concept of committed to continuing the dream. We're committed to continuing the dream. When you hear that, are you hopeful? And what does that mean to you? I'll start with you.
Okay. Honestly, I'm a little scared. I am a little scared because I believe everyone is committed, but there's also a lot of struggles that come with being committed, and we face so many trials, and it becomes hard because change is never easy. The march wasn't easy. The civil rights movement wasn't easy. All these things aren't easy, and I'm scared that like our community, I believe in our community, but I am scared that those trials might derail us for a little bit, but I am confident that we will bounce back. I am confident that we will be able to overcome them, but I am scared for what those trials might unveil.
I just love that you're so connected. That was a beautiful answer. Thank you so much. Same question for you.
Wow. I agree. I do think that I am a little scared, a little anxious about the future. I know that recent events have taken place that have put especially the youth in danger, especially speaking on affirmative action, the ruling within that, thinking about college and our futures. But it does give me hope knowing that there are committed individuals who are helping to see us succeed and to help support us. So while I am scared for it, I am glad that we're able to unify and have more people come together to help us make that change.
I love it.
Hello, my name is Lincoln Wilmore, and this is my poem called Being Black in America that I wrote when I was in middle school in my personal development class about my identity. Being Black in America. Being Black in America, you're often looked at differently when they meet. Not for the content of your character, but still by the color of your skin. Being Black in America means you're athletic, not academic. Certainly a rapper, entertainer, or maybe even a thug, born and raised in the hood or the streets, or on them drugs. These are all stereotypes, because certainly we are much more than that. Being Black in America means you are amazing. You are smart, strong, creative, genius, inventors, and kind, full of an undeniable resilience, strength, and wisdom. What is true, African Americans in America must work harder, be smarter, be more, just to prosper, to succeed, thanking our ancestors who fought so hard for our freedom. When people ask, what school do you go to? I respond, Lakeside. But we respond, Washington, Aukie, Asa Mercer, South Shore, Rainier Beach, Garfield, Cleveland, Franklin, and more. And they say, oh, you must be smart. But we like them to continue. Oh, you must be smart, strong, creative, a genius, an inventor, and kind, full of an undeniable resilience, strength, and wisdom. I am African American, yet I have never been to Africa. This has changed recently, but I was born and raised.
You did go to Africa.
Did, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I liked it.
If I continue, I was born and raised in America. Our history, our culture, our values, and our communities all make me proud, strong, and loud. Perceptions and misconceptions in America unfortunately cause misunderstandings, fear, trauma, and hate. Being Black in America, the experience is great. See, I believe the pen and the paper are the strongest weapons in America. They have the power to create policies, laws, opportunities, unity, peace, and love. But way too often, they've created poverty, division, lack of opportunities, destruction, and hate. Hate is rising in America now. That's fact. It is bold, unashamed, not afraid, unapologetic, ugly, and sad. Teaching Americans the importance of these crimes is truly something it lacks. As an African American Black male teenager in America, I still have goals and dreams for myself. I want to become an Eagle Scout. I accomplished this one. Attend a great college, become a pilot, a professional athlete, potentially an aeronautical engineer, get married and have children of my own one day, and so much more. But being Black in America, I have to stay focused and remind myself that I belong, that I am smart, I am strong, I am creative, I am a genius, I am an inventor, and yes, I am forgiving and kind, full of an undeniable resilience, strength, and wisdom, because I am Black in America. And remember, that means we are amazing, 365 days, 24/7.
Yes! All right, that is awesome. Lincoln, I gotta give you a high five on that one. You wrote that at what age?
I think it was around 6th grade in middle school.
6th grade?
Yeah, 6th or 7th.
What does that mean? What age is that?
Oh, do you know? Like 12, 13. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You understand when I say Black excellence? Genius, we are amazing. Wow. Thank you for that. I'm sorry, did you see me throw that?
I did see that. I was trying not to
we rented the entire, by the way, we're at Simply Sober. We rented the entire place out so we would have silence, and they down there having a good time. No, I'm just joking. That was good though. I apologize. But, I'm a surrendered woman. I'm a surrendered being. That was so good.
Thank you.
That was absolutely amazing. Thank you for sharing that. What would you like to share, ma'am?
I would like to share a poem called Are You Done? This was a poem I made in 2020 after the Ahmaud Arbery killing. And I had heard it on Instagram, and as soon as I heard it, I decided to write a poem about it.
Oh.
So I made this when I was 12, I believe.
Wow.
So Are you done? This has been going on for far too long, and I thought we were done. Are you done? Hating our time for wanting better lives. Are you done yet? Killing us, hoping we won't fight. Are you done? Treating us like we are beneath you. Since 1865, we thought we were free, but still, we are killed, hunted, and chased. Are you done? Taking the lives of poor mother sons. It seems racism still hasn't left the heart and mind of some, but we will fight for our rights and our lives until you are done.
Wow. Hey. Wow. Are you done? Wow. Yeah. Wow. That was fabulous.
Thank you.
Are you done?
I don't believe people are, but I believe that if we all keep fighting, and if we all keep trying, that finally people will stop treating us like we are scum, like we are thugs, like we are violent people, but as we are humans and as excellent as we are.
I love that. I love that. I love that so much.
I'm Paul Pearson, host of Star Time, and this is my real voice. Honest, you're hearing it on Rainier Avenue Radio .world.
Should have told her you were sorry.
Hey, Tony B, what you got there?
Oh, can you give me some help, D Money? I've got some tickets to the Washington State Fair.
Cool. How do I get them?
Well, we're giving them away.
What?
Giving them away. This is the deal. I've got all these tickets here. Let me set these down. Help me with these, D Money. We've got tickets to the Washington State Fair, and we're giving them away. All our listeners have to do is email us at rainieravenue.world@gmail.com and tell us why they want tickets.
What? That's way easy. I already did it.
That's that. And you know what? You'll probably win a pair of tickets. That's all you have to do.
Wow.
If you want tickets to the Washington State Fair, email us at rainieravenue.world@gmail.com. Tell us why you want tickets, and you could win.
Do it.
The Beat of Fox with Nastiness is back on K-Fox Night Beat.
Yo, what's the deal? It's the legendary Hall of Fame DJ Mixmaster Ice from UTFO.
What's up? Who you thought this is? This is Sir Mix-a-Lot.
And this is Terry Lewis.
And I'm Grand Mixer GMS.
What's up, y'all? This is DJ Third Degree.
This is JJ Hudson from the High Children family.
Sunday nights from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's K-Fox Night Beat with DJ Nastiness.
Bringing back the memories.
Bringing back the memories.
Bringing Seattle's hottest music.
Bringing Seattle's hottest music. Rainier Avenue Radio .world.
That's my noise.
Peace.
You're listening to Rainier Avenue Radio .world. I'm Granville Emerson along with my partner, Ronald Pepe Bean. And we host the show Little Line Sports right here on Rainier Avenue Radio .world, where we talk about football, basketball, local sports, national sports, Seahawks, UW, Seattle U Redhawks, Garfield Bulldogs, all that and more right here on Little Line Sports on Rainier Avenue Radio .world.
This is for the cool.
It's the Umpqua Bank Concert Series at the Washington State Fair with 12-time Grammy Award winner Babyface with SWV. Saturday, September 23rd. Reserve tickets on sale now at thefair.com.
This is Rainier Avenue Radio .world.
Oh my goodness. What did you think about those amazing highlights from the National Black NBA Association? So we just came back from Philly, and what you saw was me live in the career fair at the Career Expo. Oh my goodness. Let me just say that is my favorite part of the conference. When you see real people showing up, looking to hire us, specifically looking to hire us. That's what happens at the career fair. And then, I don't know, there were so many amazing highlights. One of my favorite highlights is that interview with, I love that so much. So what I will share is 3 things. My 3 top highlights. My niece, Michelle. I'm actually in DC right now, so I'm on remote. On remote. We went from Philly for a week. Now we're in DC. We're headed to the Congressional Black Caucus. So you will be able to join us for 3 days of transformational content. This is the leaders from around the country showing up in DC, yes, in DC from the 20th through the 24th. There's 2 days after that where there's a number of transformational sessions that are scheduled outside of the conference. It's like the meeting after the meeting, right? There's formal content, and then there's people saying, because of this work, this is how we can collaborate together. So you know that we're leading the Better Together Empowerment Series, and we already have some of our Congress people, locally and nationally, excited to participate. When we talk about, we were hosting a whole series that was kicking off the MLK celebration, right? We called it Dream Unfinished, not a commemoration, but a continuation. So now we're leading a 6-month activation with a full year community engagement opportunity saying, here's what real people say they want to do, and here's what's happening. If you're in community and you want to be a part of real change, then join us with the Better Together Empowerment Series and something that we're calling the Living Powerfully Experience. Nathan, I know you have some more videos, some more highlights from the conference. Is that right? And if so, whenever you start playing, I'll stop talking. Just let me know what you have. And if not, what I wanted you all to see, truly, is we are going into a conference, a second conference. And what we're going to do is talk about the why. So there were 4 days where we kicked off the National Black NBA Better Together Empowerment Series and the Living Powerfully Experience, partnering with the MLK Commemorative Committee. And remember, those 4 days were called Dream Unfinished, not a commemoration, but a continuation. There was a Friday session, which was a preach-in at MLK's Memorial Baptist Church. There was a Saturday session with a bunch of youth, and there's some amazing highlights we're going to share with you with the youth. They literally put affirmative action on trial. It was so good. So those edits are still happening. Sunday, there was a march, and there was a film festival, which really choked me up numerous times. But then on Monday, we had a panel discussion at NAM, at the Northwest African American Museum. And I'm going to have Nathan share a little bit of those highlights with you. And I'll come back and we'll talk about what you're going to do to continue the dream.
One of the things that Dr. King, that I live by, is Dr. King says silence is a betrayal of our souls. And so I believe this activation, the continuation, is really to bring attention to issues that impact people's lives.
I believe the dream is about ending discrimination, and it was about the fulfillment of development. And in fact, that's what Martin Luther King's speech was about. It wasn't just the I have a dream speech, it was the America has a debt, I have a dream speech. Yeah. And the first half of it was about the debt that America owes, which is the debt to end the discrimination and to help fulfill the restoration that needs to happen.
When we talk about the dream unfinished, it really is, for me, a question of where have we achieved the elements of the dream? And I would posit that while we have made progress, there's not a place where we can say, good job, we've got it done. We've got a lot yet to do.
The dream, unfortunately, is going to remain unfinished for a long time because democracy is a participatory sport. We have to fight every day to keep it going. And so, but the other thing about dreams is that you have to be awake to make this dream alive. And it's our job to make sure that the rest of the world is awake, the ones that look like me, that have to be able to understand that this dream is not something you can sleep through. So I feel very committed that we have to elevate the public awareness that this is not something that we can just sweep under the rug. And to hear the stuff that we've heard today from this crazy man in Florida talking about banning books in schools and then saying he feels sorry about kids getting shot. It's just unbelievable that people can get away with this stuff. So as far as I'm concerned, we got to keep up the good fight. It's never going to be over. But what we do know is the way to get any sort of equity going is going to be a financial situation.
Stay woke and keep fighting. And that's what I plan on doing. Staying woke and keep fighting. One thing about this shirt that's related to today is that there's a lot of people on this shirt. A. Philip Randolph, Bayard Rustin, Maxine Waters, Danny Glover. There's all kinds of labor leaders, other activists. So what that tells me is that there's a place for everybody. Everybody has an opportunity to participate from the lane that you're in. And that's why it's important to me. And that's why we have not a commemoration, but a continuation.
Okay, to me, one of the things Dr. King mentioned was that our check has been returned to NSF. And black businesses in Washington State getting very little checks. We've had no affirmative action for 25 years in the state. So a lot of African-American owned, family-owned businesses went under. You had a situation where you had 4 black contractors go broke on one contract, the Seattle Tunnel Project, and then a sham arbitration setting was set up that left them holding a bag and losing what they had. And when you see that in 2021, African-American owned businesses did 0.18% with state contracts. And after the governor signed his executive order, January 2022, at the end of the year, African-American owned businesses did 0.22% of the state's business. So we were walking down the street yesterday during the march, people saying, well, you know, where are the black people? The black people have been ran out of here for a long time. At one time, we wouldn't go 2 blocks when we changed the name of the street. We could go 3 blocks and have 300 or 400 black folks. And other people who were sympathetic to live in the community, primarily got from the Asian community because that's the community that was right with us. They were redlined in the area just like we were. Amen. So as far as I'm concerned, the unfinished business is making sure they fulfill Dr. King's quest to make that check good.
In terms of education, the fact of the matter is that education comes in several ways. Some people could write code for Amazon, and that's cool, and Microsoft. Some people are really good with the hands. Some people are good with art and culture. And so whatever your gifts are and how you can be educated in that particular area, I have to build a pathway for you. That's why I passed the industrial lands policy, because I realize a lot of people will not write code for Microsoft or Amazon, and these are some great paying family wage jobs that I want our community to be piped into. So as mayor, all of our policies are designed to promote those who have been, have not, I say self-optimized. You know, I try to stay away from terms like underrepresented community or marginalized community, because I try to speak into existence that which I believe. If I keep saying you're a marginalized community, you're a marginalized community, guess what? Guess how we start acting like a marginalized community. So if you look at a very granular basis, what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to make history in this city by being the first mayor that really thought of a way to let the boat rise, because quite frankly, I shouldn't have been mayor. I grew up in the Central District from a mom and dad that didn't go to college. My mother worked at the Fax newspaper.
You earned to be mayor.
The odds were against me coming out of 24th and Olive to do this job. So I have an obligation to make sure that whatever pathway to success I was able to achieve, that I pass it on. So that's what we're about. And I have to say, I want to close by saying I want to thank for many of these fine people right here on this panel, and many of you out there. I couldn't have gotten the job, and I couldn't have had a pathway to get this job without you. You know who you are. You know who you are. So you've been a part of my journey all along. So thank you very much.
My name is Bishop Gwendolyn Phillips Coates. I'm the pastor of God Answers Prayer Ministries. the diocesan prelate on the West Coast for Greater Church of Deliverance, which is out of Greensboro, North Carolina. And right now I'm the executive administrator for Progress House Association, which is a work release program for incarcerated individuals. When I think about the dream unfinished, I think about the fear that was cast on the Black community specifically and all of our allies when Dr. King was killed. Because not only Dr. King was killed, Medgar was killed, Malcolm was killed, JFK was killed, Bobby Kennedy was killed, and I was alive during those seasons. And I remember how we felt. I remember the conversations that we had in our house. And so as a woman of faith, when I think about fear, I know that fear and faith cannot reside in the same spot. You're either gonna have one or the other. And when people are afraid to live, they're afraid to move, they're afraid for their lives, they're afraid for their children, they're afraid for their economy, they're afraid for their education, they're afraid for their financial situation, and that fear begins to permeate the parents. That's the trickle-down effect to the children. So our children who are here today, who are high school students and college students, they really don't know a whole lot about Dr. King because those messages have been silenced. When I was growing up in school, we didn't know about Black history. My parents were afraid to tell us about the things that happened to them in Oklahoma when they were growing up, and knowing that they had Choctaw blood, but they were still being penalized and told that they would kill the family if they went to register for Native rights. And so these are the kinds of things that we have to overcome. We have to talk about these things. We can't just have these organizations that are coming to continue to tell us what to do. I'm tired of white folks trying to tell me as a Black woman what I can do, and who I need to be, and how I need to act, and how I need to wear my hair. It's not going to happen. So we have to help our children. So you want me to tell the folks that what they did to us, that's not right. That's not right. But I have a son who actually was the first executive director for Weir. That's a whole nother conversation. But he wrote a book entitled The Elephant in the Room. And I just want to close out by saying these are some of the things that we need to let our Black and our African American children know. This is from his book, The Elephant in the Room. I am my ancestors' wildest dreams. He says, I'm a king, but I'm a queen. I am royalty. I am the offspring of the strongest people this world has ever known. Amen. I am the result of 400 years of oppression, and I speaks her mind. I am the soul of America. I am the culture that the world copies and tries to mimic. I am the Moors who taught your ancestors about medicine, math, science, and astronomy, helping them escape the dark ages. I am Mansa Musa, the richest man to ever walk the earth, a Black king who made silver and gold as common as sand and rocks. I am the peaceful resistance of MLK. I am the armed resistance of Malcolm X. I am the unified strength of the Black Panthers. I am the embodiment of Maya Angelou's prophetic words, and still I rise. I am the entrepreneurial spirit of Black Wall Street and the captivating expression of the Harlem Renaissance. I am the patient warrior heart of Nelson Mandela. who knew that justice would one day come for him, and because of that refused to bow to the apartheid regime of South Africa. I am the melanin that is desired all around the world, but despised by those who don't have it. I am the leader of humankind. I am the ancient people. I am the image of God.
Woo! Yes!
Yeah, that's right. That's an excerpt from The Elephant in the Room, written by my son.
Amen. Say his name. Say his name.
Philip Sharp Skills Jacobs.
Hello.
In order for us to make a change and finish this dream, we have to teach something to our children.
Amen.
My children read the books that I was reading. I'm getting that unstoppable book for my 8-year-old grandson. I took him to the Wow Gallery, and he began to tell people who Ruby Bridges was and what her story was, my 8-year-old grandchild. And so we've got to replace our fear with faith. My action to King County, to Mayor Harrell, and to all of us who are in this room, let us take an action of prayer. Let's pick one day a week at a certain time, because the Bible says that if my people who are called by my name would humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then you will hear from heaven and God will heal the land. This land needs to be healed, and it's going to be healed through our collective prayer. We can reason and we can bargain, but if we don't pray, God will not heal the land. I see Mother Harriet, who is holding this prayer commitment. She has a prayer commitment, and she will pass these out and have you. Yes, we've got to pray for our children. We've got to pray for our world. We've got to pray for our politicians, and we've got to band together. If I know all of you are praying at the same time, I'm going to be looking for a change. God bless you.
But today, when we come together, the dream is I have a dream, you have a dream, but God give us all the ability to fulfill that. If we would just come together and make a vow to the Lord and say that, listen, I will not get caught with my work undone. If you know your purpose, do you know your purpose?
Yes. Yeah.
See, there's a lot of people that don't know your purpose. We come here, we talk, we make pretty speeches and get photo ops, but the bottom line, when we leave here, when I show up at the funerals, I don't see nobody, but I see all of our children at the funerals. There's about 300, 400, 500 children at one, and I try to bump heads with each one of them and let them know, I love you. I care about you. You are somebody. You are somebody's child. But what we can really do is take time out to get to thinking about what they're doing. My grandsons came down from Canada the other day, and I'm through.
Thank you. Oh, was it?
No, I'm not through. I'm not through. I'm talking about what I'm talking about. If I get a chance to get a mic and talk to everybody in the room, listen. Well, you know what? Listen, hold on one second. No. Y'all go ahead and leave. No, I'm not going to do it like that. Let me finish talking.
You got 30 seconds if you don't mind.
No problem. When we get to talking about what we need to talk about, this is because of the illusion of inclusion. This is how we get treated one another. Don't tolerate me. I'm here to help us. I've been to the funerals.
You know I love you.
No, I'm talking about what I'm talking about. And our children have died. And so I'm just saying that when we come here and talk, we can eat at home. But when we come in and talk, we just talk about what we're going to do to make a difference in our children's life.
People should join us because there is work to be done, and I believe we need to stay focused on the work and to, just keep people aware and keep moving forward. I like what the mayor said, is to don't focus on the past. Don't let the trauma stop us from moving forward. So moving forward, because there are better days ahead and better things and greater things for us.
You should join us because working together, we're going to get the work done. Find 3 things to join and help over this coming year. and follow through in helping others do something to continue this movement, but also do 3 things yourself for what you can control. Make a decision that you're going to act, and you're going to join others who are acting. We got to do it together.
Join us because you have something to contribute. Join us because you are who our ancestors have been waiting for. Join us because you are who your great, great, great grandbabies are counting on.
Join us because we are the people that can respond and support elected officials like our representative Sharon Tomiko Santos and our mayor, who are trying to do what they need to do as an elected official, but they need you and they need me to carry on their important work and their mandate. So I just want to thank them and encourage you to join the forces that will make their work a reality.
Join us because we are proven commodities, that we have a North Star, and our North Star is always centered around faith and love. And a quick shout out to Carissa Braxton and Gerald Hankerson, a part of my cabinet, part of my team, because like everyone up here, they are proven commodities dedicated to our community, and I'm very proud for them to be part of our team.
So y'all, join us because your voice matters. Join us because change and the dream really is possible. Thank you all so much for joining us. Continue to achieve the dream. We got this. Thank you.
Y'all, did you love that? I'm sorry, there was so much content. We just wanted to give you a little taste of some of the amazing content that we had to share that was really part of the MLK Commemorative Committee's activation, right? It was called Dream Unfinished, not a commemoration, but a continuation. So what the continuation means to me, it may be something totally different than what it means to you, but really the whole point was for each of us to activate, for each of us to identify what are we going to do to continue the dream. So here's what we're going to do. Nathan, share the flyer for our upcoming event. That event was on 8/28. Our next session is going to be on Thursday, September 28th, exactly 1 month later. And this is a call to action. You know, we kicked off this series talking about Dream Unfinished. This is about being committed to continuing the dream. And what's super exciting about it is we get the mayor, you'll hear even more from him talking about why it was important. We have some of our state representatives there, but really this is about hearing your voice as well. And we're calling this a call to action because we have a very specific target audience that we're going to be focused on. I'm focused on the Washington Employers for Racial Equity. So many of our CEOs, many of our top employers have identified amazing things that they're doing, amazing things that have been done. We believe it to be true, so we're calling it the $1 billion community activation. So during the time frame when all companies were saying how they were committed to the well-being, not only of all people, but specifically, this group focused on Black Washingtonians. Yes, Black Washingtonians. You can take the flyer off real quick. So what I'm super excited about is that the Washington Employers for Racial Equity have it was between 80 and 100 of the top employers in the state of Washington. And what they committed to do is to drive change, to really focus on key elements. And our Better Together Empowerment series are going to amplify those elements. When I say elements, I mean elements of what makes us successful, right? They were saying businesses have a huge opportunity to truly be a part of what change looks like. So they wanted to focus on creating equity and inclusion within their organizations. They also talked about a number of HR related things, increasing the numbers of representatives. I know that we're going to focus on three things with the Better Together Empowerment Series: increasing, fostering, empowering, amplifying the concepts around diversity, equity, and inclusion, and belonging, and justice, right? That's number one, within businesses, but also just within life. The second thing is we're focusing on amplifying and empowering Black business, Black wealth, and just professional development for all. And number three, we're focusing on young people, truly empowering our youth through all of this work that we're doing, specifically the Living Powerfully experience. So what I'm mostly excited about, and I know, Nathan, you have a invitation for everyone, right, to share their voice. And we're inviting you to be a part of something that's called it's a video ask. It's a tool that allows you to share your voice with some very specific questions. So Nathan, would you like to tell them about how they can join us, how they can participate?
This is a call to action. We are committed to continuing MLK's dream. Join us to leave a legacy.
We want to hear from you because the dream is unfinished.
We are honoring the 60th anniversary of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s March on Washington. Our theme is Dream Unfinished, not a commemoration, a continuation. What does that theme mean to you? Bring your voice forward to answer 6 simple questions in a video survey, just like this. We want to know things like, what are you going to do to continue the dream? And why is it better that we do this work together? Join us. This is a year-long community activation.